over building construction. Now, moving on to other breaking news that is coming in at the moment. After the earthquake, Nepal Prime Minister has tweeted. Now remember, this particular earthquake took place at 1:57 a.m. this morning with a Richter scale of 6.3. Now you can see the tweet as well as on your screens where the Nepal Prime Minister has tweeted, and I quote, "Expressing my heartfelt condolences to the families of those who died in the earthquake, which was centered in the Kaptad region of Far West. I've instructed relevant agencies to arrange immediate and proper treatment of the injured and victims in the affected area." So that is the first reaction coming in from the Nepal Prime Minister after the fact that they did experience an earthquake. In fact, in 24 hours, there were 3 tremors, out of which 2 led to earthquakes. And the damage so far that we have known is the fact that 6 have unfortunately died because of the result of the earthquake. On the other hand, the Nepal army has also been deployed to take cognizance of the matter. But talking about the first reaction that is coming in by the Nepal Prime Minister, where he has tweeted, and I quote, we can see those pictures as well on the screens, where he has said, "Expressing my heartfelt condolences to families of those who died in the earthquake, which was centered in the Kaptad region of the Far West." And he's also said that he's instructed relevant agencies to arrange immediate and proper treatment of the injured and victims in the affected areas. In fact, you can see these visuals as well on your screens. In fact, after the impact of the Nepal earthquake, tremors were also felt in Delhi NCR region. In fact, many people were moving out from their buildings and of course they were also sharing a lot of videos on social media of the tremors that were being felt in the Delhi NCR region. Talking about the earthquake that did occur in Nepal, it was a magnitude of 6.3 at around 1:57 a.m. This was according to the National Center for the Seismology. Talking about the particular earthquake, the depth of the earthquake was 10 kilometers below the ground. And of course, in terms of the fact that in the past 24 hours, 3 tremors, including 2 earthquakes and an aftershock, has been reported. Now, for more on this, we're joined in by Madhurima, who's joining us live, reporting on the story. Madhurima, good morning to you. Of course, we've been reporting this big story that is coming in. On one fact, of course, that Nepal did see those 3 tremors, out of which resulted in 2 earthquakes, a Richter scale of 6.3 magnitude. But on the other hand, the Delhi NCR region also did see tremors because of the big impact of the earthquake in Nepal.
Well, yes, absolutely. It was around, like you said, 1:57 a.m. That the national capital shook because of the tremors, and the epicenter was Nepal. And like you were pointing out, that there were 3 tremors in the span of just 5 hours. The first one happened around 8, then one around 8:52, and then, of course, the final with the highest magnitude of 6.3 at around 1:57 a.m. The magnitude of the earlier earthquakes that happened were 4.9 and 3.5, I beg your pardon, that rattled Nepal. And Nepal being very sensitive about earthquake as far as earthquakes are concerned, because absolutely after 2014 tragedy, when Nepal had to suffer because of the tremors that rattled the entire country. The tremors were at that point in time 7.5 on the Richter scale, but this time it was a milder shock. However, Nepal is all on alert, and even in the national capital, the tremors were felt. The locals ran out of their houses. The residents were all on the streets because the jolts were felt very deeply here in the national capital. These tremors have also been felt in the state of Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh as well. Noida was also shook. The NCR region was also shook because of these tremors that were felt in Nepal. Also, like you pointed out, the Prime Minister has taken into cognizance the entire incident and has also condoled the demise of those who have been affected by these tremors. The information of 6 people dying because of a house fell in Doti district. There, a team of researchers has also reached to determine as to what were the real reason, because in the rest of the part of the Nepal also researches are going on. The teams have been deployed so as to see to facilitate the rescue operations as well, and to determine the loss in assets and of course in life. So all this is happening ever since the earthquake hit Nepal. We'll have to wait and watch as to what are the developments from the country, and if there are any more casualty or loss of infrastructures or assets. Back to you.
Right, Madhurima, thank you for getting us all those updates. Like Madhurima was, of course, pointing out, the Richter scale of 6.3 was the magnitude at which this earthquake did occur in Nepal. But of course, the impact of it was felt via tremors in the Delhi-NCR region. In fact, people were also reacting to this. Let's listen in to what they had to say.
यासीन
क्या करते हैं यासीन?
टैक्सी ड्राइवर है।
टैक्सी ड्राइवर। अभी भूकंप आया दिल्ली में, आपने भूकंप महसूस करा?
थोड़ा सा झटका महसूस किया।
अच्छा, क्या उस वक्त आप कर रहे थे जिस वक्त भूकंप आया, क्या महसूस हुआ?
बस हल्का सा ऐसा कि कुछ हिल रहा है, बस ऐसे महसूस हुआ।
अच्छा, स्टेशन पे आपका कुछ माहौल ऐसा हुआ कि डर का माहौल हो गया हो?
नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं है,
सब नॉर्मल था?
नॉर्मल था। किसी को एहसास, किसी को हुआ, किसी को नहीं हुआ, कोई में नहीं हुआ।
नाम बता दीजिए।
रमेश
क्या करते हैं?
ऑटो चलाते थे।
ऑटो चलाते। सबसे पहले भूकंप आया
वो आया था, महसूस हुआ है जब सवारी उतारा तो उस समय सवारी घर में ये क्या हो रहा है, मैंने थोड़ा धरती वगैरह तो डुल्ले, थोड़ा हल्का था, महसूस था, वो महसूस दिया। उसके बाद में बहुत ऐसे बंदों को पता भी चला, बहुत ऐसे बंदों को पता भी नहीं चला।
डर का माहौल तो नहीं बना कहीं पे?
नहीं, खास ज़्यादा ऐसे कुछ नहीं था ऐसे। हाँ, जो भी था, जो बहुत ऐसे, मैं कह रहा हूँ ना, बहुत ऐसे बंदे को पता चला, बहुत ऐसे बंदे को पता भी नहीं चला। मैं तो सवारी उतार रहा था।
दोबारा तो महसूस नहीं होगा? नहीं,
दोबारा नहीं हुआ। जब सवारी उतार रहा था उस समय सवारी फिर रिटर्न मेरी गाड़ी में बैठ गई। कह रही भैया ये क्या हो रहा है? मैंने बोला 2 मिनट बैठ जाओ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, हो सकता कहीं चक्कर वगैरह आ गया हो। लेकिन बाद में थोड़ा पता चला धरती डोल रहा था इस चक्कर में।
अमन है भाई साहब।
अमन कहाँ से आए?
हरियाणा से।
हरियाणा से। थोड़ी देर पहले दिल्ली में भूकंप आया था।
हाँ जी, मैं ऑटो से आया था, अभी 5 हो गया, आधा 1 घंटा हो गया मेरे को। तब जब मैं ऑटो से उतरने लगा तो मतलब उतरते एकदम झटका लगा मेरे को। ऑटो वालों को गया यार क्या होगा ये, मतलब महसूस भी हुआ मेरे को। आसपास में देखा तो मतलब माहौल भी मतलब अजीब सा हो गया था।